Thanks for your voice message. There's a lot of people working in these groups, sending out cease and desist orders. And a big shout out to Holly Allen. I love you. She sent out 200 and I think 38 of them yesterday to the whole entire Calgary School Board. So I'm going to do a card reading as per request. This is for Leanne and Suzanne about what's upcoming events or might be happening, and just talk a little bit on our YouTube about what I talked about yesterday on my Facebook. So for those of you who don't have Facebook, I did a little video about Queen Romana. And if you haven't gone, and hello everyone, if you haven't watched the video 11 Dimensions Explained by Engineering Made Easy, then I suggest it's 23 minutes and 53 seconds long. So 24 minutes of your life. And you will thank me for that after. It's like cracking your pineal open again to further see how it's the advanced one. So there's two. There's level 1, level 2. Level 2 is what went for me. So when I watched that video, everybody who plays a role in the humanitarian vibration made sense to me. For example, I don't think there you can see him on the flag back there, that guy. And the VP, JFK, Queen Diana, Queen Romana. I believe all of these people are people that sit in a much higher vibration than us and can come in and out and, see things that we don't even feel, or see or comprehend. It's like a 2D object being flat, trying to see a 3D object, and all they see is a circle. It's the same thing if it was an apple coming through. So that's kind of what I was explaining on my galactic thoughts the last time. And maybe it'll help you get rid of some of those lower 3D vibrations that, okay, good. I'm glad you watched it. Polly said made total sense. Yes, so much easier to comprehend. I agree with you. Like, that's, I think, why they called it Engineering Made Easy, because maybe that's how they got away with being able to explain that all of what's been going on. So please watch that 24-minute video, because it will help you like it helped me, and it's keeping me in calmer vibrations, knowing that, for example, me being a 3D, I'm using this is a speaker that Taco gave me. Look, it's my Corona speaker, but the Corona came off. So this 3D object won't be able to see 5D objects if it just stays like this, okay? So it's a third-dimensional object. So a fifth dimension person goes into their subconscious and can see alternate timelines and alternate universes. And that's, I think, what a lot of people get confused at. And then the sixth and seventh, you can do more. And then eighth, you can pretty much see all of the timelines and put yourself in them in any galaxy and come and go, and people have no idea you're there. And then the 10th dimension is God, and 11th, I believe, was sound and vibration, which that totally makes sense to me. So if you look at these people as higher dimensional beings than us, instead of these low 3D vibes that are trying to guilt shame us and finger pointings, if you're still pointing fingers at anybody, I'm going to repeat this. If you're pointing fingers at anybody in blame, you have not forgiven yourself. You do not love yourself enough, because anything that we shoot outward is a reflection of what's inward. Period. So if you're not getting rid of those triggers that are causing you to point fingers and call people shills and da-da-da-da-da, then you need to do some serious work. But this video is all about all of those military workers, the people who have volunteered sending out these cease and desist. These are the people that activated their higher dimension, and they are acting in a humanitarian way. So whether or not you think you needed to elect this person, every single person we've ever elected has been gotten in there fraudulently. Period. That's what we're all experiencing right now. Worldwide, this is global. They put in the leaders who would basically follow that symbol. Okay? They put in the leaders that made us all down slaves at the bottom, pay all of our money all the way up to the top. Okay? That's being dismantled. That's why it feels uncomfortable, because everybody was not held responsible for their own actions. Oh, it was the way I was raised, and we all got into the victim bear mode. So all of these people that are out there working the cease and desist orders, I can tell you they are champions of themselves right now. And that's what's super important right now. Very important. So there's been military working around the globe for many, many years, light workers affecting positive change. And we are all part of that. So this is what I want to do today. I was asked to do a card reading for today's events, and where we can sort of maybe help a little bit more, or see where we're at with the collective consciousness, or however this card reading will go. But that's where I'm at. Can you send cease and desist if the FDA has never approved it, ever? Yes, you can send them. You can send these. I'll explain what these are, so this will help you. All our old court systems that we were told that this was around, firstly, okay, I'll just pretend that this is our old version of Earth. Okay, we were told that all of our laws, the LAW, land, air, and water, are laws that pertain to us. The air and the water are the corporation laws, which made us chattel in the money game. Now, what that means is your birth certificate has a number on the back of it, that we are all entitled to part of the global wealth. Yes, it's straw man. So if you haven't heard that, that's what it means. So they've dismantled the air and water air and water laws, leaving us with God's law, the natural law. And that is the law that we are following, not the political A&Ws, okay? Air and water laws do not apply to us anymore, because they were based on fraudulent, constructive fraud. We did not know what we were signing when we started as parents signing a live birth certificate to make us into corporations. So right there, every single thing moving forward is bull hockey, including this round situation. So we're seeing the dismantling of all of that. And the L is the land that is natural. Those are the 10 commandments. Basically, do no harm. If you're not harming anybody, then there are no laws that were broken. Okay? What I say, what I think, my children are all my property. Okay? That's the big difference here. They don't have a right to tell us what to do with our children. They don't have a right to do, so these are the ones that are being destroyed by these military actions, is these A&W laws. Air and water are going away because they're bull crap. All right, I hope that makes sense. So, what you're watching, Arthur, with the FDA stuff is a movie. Okay, everything that you see on TV and in the media is there for you or for someone in your family. If it doesn't sit in your vibration and you're not afraid of I can't even say it, then don't worry about it. It's not for you. That information isn't meant to be in your vibration. So stop letting the jab game get you down. Protect your children, homeschool them. You send them off to school, you're saying that it's okay for that to happen. So that's what's being stopped with these cease and desist orders. So it's very important that you know why these cease and desist orders and why people are activating these timelines for themselves. So if you're not into doing humanitarian work, then keep that to yourself. Oh, I got one card that popped out. That was a busy one. Mr. Chow is at the window here going, let me in. He didn't listen last night. I called him 3 times before the rainstorm. Ran out to the barn to try and put him in. Ooh, there's another card. And there's a third card. And he wouldn't listen. So he got to sleep on the covered back patio on a nice little cushion last night. But he's cheesed off. So anyways, so foster son gone through. I can't have him homeschooled yet. Okay, so here's the thing with you need to teach your kids if you're in that situation then. And I know a lot of families have done this. They have taught their kids when the teachers go to talk about something like that has to do with the jab to refuse. They have like, is this stranger danger? Like you need to have that full conversation with your children if you're sending them out. There's under no circumstances, I don't honestly think in my heart of hearts, this is only my opinion, I don't think it's going to get that far where the kids are going to be having that happen. You guys need, this is the tipping point we're reaching. The tipping point of work. Do not quit if they make you. Do not quit. You need to say no. Enough people say no, you know what happened? They're like, oh, okay, well, we're going to lose all of our employees and we won't be able to deliver our stuff and make money. That's what's going on right now. So by September 11th, that's the big push to happen. So that includes the schools too. Enough parents need to call the school board and say, can you prove, if you're sending your kids there, can you prove that my child needs a mask? Can you prove that they need this? I want proof. I want proof. And it'll just be like the Patrick King that took Dina Henshaw. There is no proof. There is no proof. They cannot provide that for you. So on with the card reading. Here's the first card. The Dragon. Wow. Power and strength, you guys. Whoop, whoop. I love it. I got goosebumps. I'm getting my goosebumps. See my goosebumps? My chicken skin. That's what my friend from Tanzania calls my skin when it turns goosebumps. Looks like chicken skin. I laugh because it's true. Oh, you guys, the birth and rebirth. I am loving this card. It's so powerful. And yes, we do have to manage the water fairy. It's all about feelings and emotions. So where we're at right now is we are feeling very powerful. We're having a new birth and rebirth through literally our feelings and emotions right now. Emotions are just like a ship passing, whether they're good or bad. We've all met bipolar people, right? So I'm going to use that example because it is like that when you're leaving the old darkness behind and pushing forward in a new way of thinking. Your feelings, your thoughts, everything coming, your emotions coming forward it's feeling to me are on a more powerful, empowered kind of space right now. So I see this as super, super powerful. I'm going to read through all the cards today and let you know before I read it, I love you all tremendously. I do. I'm just like so happy about everything today. I've never actually been happier in my life. So the dragon comes to offer you its power and strength, to protect you and fortify you on this leg of your journey. The dragon symbolizes true power and reminds you that this infinite source is not found within your personality or ego. True power resides deep within your soul. So call on the dragon's spiritual power and strength, and you will find a vast resource to strengthen your resolve through morality, integrity, and purpose. Through morality, integrity, and purpose. That's what being a humanitarian is all about. Are you a moral person? Do you have purpose? And are you full of integrity? Principles only mean something if you stick to them when they're least convenient. I'm going to keep repeating that. So kudos to everybody sticking to their principles right now. If you're struggling with these issues, the dragon will restore them to you. Remember that the power of the spiritual world can never be broken, and truth strength is found within, not in the outside world. Never mistake a gentle man for a weak one. Booyah. I think that's Queen Romana. People think she's all gentle. I would not mess with that lady if you paid me. I love it. Because she's like me. I'm like, I would say things like that if I was in her shoes. I really would. I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to put up with people's crap, especially if you know future events. So watch for a signal. The dragon always makes the next step clear. It gives you the power to take it. Oh, I love it. That's like almost gives me shivers everywhere. Inspiration and new life are here in the birth and rebirth. Rejoice, for spring is in the air and you're beginning again. This marker bodes well for any new project, endeavor, relationship, or idea to take shape and be birthed into the world. It also reminds you that anything old or painful can be brought forth or transformed by a new and creative perspective. This marker reminds you that the process leading up to a birth can feel cumbersome, restrictive and painful, and never ending. We all know that feeling right now. Oh, I just got super good vibes right now, just as like we are at the end times here. Yet the final shifts brings an extraordinary gift of new life, a new vision born of surrender and total release. Know that you've come far and are at a place to celebrate your ideas and all things anew. This card asks you align yourself with the mystery of spirit, the true source of creator and of creative energy and power. None of us are inspired without the subtle and profound influence of the soul's longing and urgings of the divine. Remember the prayer. Make me a channel for divine creativity. Use me as an instrument of higher will and watch a miracle unfold. I will repeat that. Make me a channel for divine creativity. Use me as an instrument of higher will and watch a miracle unfold. Oh man, and this is the second time we're getting the water fairy in the last two card readings. So it's really, really a good reminder to really tap into this, because we're obviously going to be going through a lot of emotions and feelings right now. And these are attached to our 3D meat suits, but they unlock when you start healing these 3D meat suits. It unlocks all of the past, present, and future, and you're healing it all at the same time because they all exist in the same moment. Time is irrelevant. Okay? So 3D is about time, and time is really not there. So when Water Fairy swims up to you with her liquid magic, she reminds you that emotions and feelings may be running the show. She asks you to consider how really you feel about things and why. She also reminds you that you are not your feelings. You are the one experiencing them. Remember that as water flows, emotions change. The Water Fairy also tells you that it's time to lose your rigidity. Be fluid and willing to, at times, to compromise and allow change to happen. That's what people aren't doing. They're not allowing change to happen. Change is supposed to be happen. We're supposed to be growing every day and learning every day. So allow that. Surrender it. If you're happy right now, which I am, for the Water Fairy swirls her love around you. If things are making you sad, she comes to wash away your tears. The Water Fairy knows the power. Oh, come on. I bet you it's a telemarketer. But if it's you guys phoning the house to give me some weird message, I'm going to laugh. So remember, feelings are the fuel for manifesting. I'm sorry, I can't even turn that off, or otherwise I would. Maybe it'll just go away. Maybe I'll try and turn it off. Give me 1 sec. No. I hope they don't leave a personal message. No, they didn't. I don't think you can hear it. It's like an old school phone. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I have nightmares about rotary phones, by the way. If you're living I'll reread that part. If you're living a happy life right now, enjoy, for the water fairy swirls her love around you. If things are making you sad, she comes to wash away your tears. The water fairy knows the power of emotions, so when she appears, be mindful of them and how they affect you. Remember, feelings are the fuel for manifesting. That's the lesson is right now, okay? Feelings are the fuel for manifesting. Be certain of what you want to create, what you're feeling. Allow your feelings to pass through and focus on the positive. That's where all of them are focusing on what they're trying to pull us down with, when we all know that a big shift is about to happen and we need to manifest these happy timelines. I'm manifesting a happy timeline where I'm in my motorhome and I'm following the Queen around, reporting live on the scene. So if you haven't followed her on your page, you are missing out a lot of great information, plus a lot of great humanitarian works. Yesterday, she posted grocery pages for all of the provinces in Canada for people if you need help with groceries, rent, electricity, food for your pets, medicine for your pets, medicine for yourself, anything that's not covered. There is a group chat. There are group chats going up for, I believe, the United States, for all over the globe, for the UK. This is how these humanitarian projects are going to work. This is how they are getting unrolled. So if you haven't already followed her and you're not participating, I feel bad because it's like so inspiring to see. I've like teared up so many times, like scrolling through the page. I'm just like, I feel so powerful and so empowered. And that's all about what this, like today's message is for, is being powerful. We are going through a rebirth and a birth of our whole feelings, how we deal with humanity. We're going to have a little scare event where we all know that everything is going to be okay and that the light won. But we need to keep manifesting that happy timeline where we're on the other side, where we're seeing no more yucky food being made, where we're seeing our kids free to run around and be free in new types of schools that aren't communistic. And we're not being fed propaganda 24/7, okay? So these things are all changing, and you need to embrace the change as it comes and help create that change. So don't get too effed off with all of those lower vibes. Think of it this way. The dark thinks they're winning, okay? Why don't we fool them even further by not paying mind to those demons that keep you down, okay? So, yes, those messages are there. Yes, those things were what would have happened. If you didn't see what was in this guy's Vax, I posted it on my page in group chats. It's the H and the C and the Q and ivermectin and all the healthy stuff in there. So I believe that 90% of those JABs were the good stuff and that 10% were the bad stuff. Keep in mind that every single being on this planet has a soul contract, including your children, your parents, everybody. So if their soul contract, and I'm just going to use my mom as an example so y'all don't get butthurt, okay? My mom committed suicide in February of 2012, okay? Now, who's to say, because we don't know diddly shit. We don't. We don't know diddly shit about nothing. I'm sorry. I feel so dumb. Every day I wake up, I'm like, what am I going to learn today? I'm so excited. Because we've been dumbed down, okay? So with my mom committing suicide, I had a thought. I'm like, well, how do I know that her soul contract wasn't finished and she didn't reincarnate into another being, another human that had to endure now again, human trafficking or the jab or some hideous cancer or whatever in a 3D matrix because maybe her soul contract didn't learn the lesson of whatever her soul contract was. So maybe that's, and we all have to remember that. We all have our own soul contracts. Everybody else does too. So we all also have free will. Free will. So keep those two things in mind. It's really helping me get past the negative vibrations of, oh my God, people are dying. Oh my God, people are having this happen to them or that happening. You should be thanking God because they're the ones giving the message. Thank God that those people are having that in their soul contract to give the message to wake others up. That's how the positive should be looked at. We are in World War III. This is a spiritual war, and everybody has a part in it. Every single person. So that's, don't be sorry. I see my mom all the time. Do not be sorry about who passed away in my life, but thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have any lower vibrations about death anymore. Death is an illusion to me. In fact, if everybody watching right now watched that video with the two Barbies last year, I know a lot of you watched those and thought it was a little bit weird that I used two Barbies to tell a story, but I thought, well, we've been getting fake news off of fake people, so why not tell truth with fake Barbies? But one of those Barbies was made for my friend Star, and she passed away in 2019, September 7th of 2019. That was more traumatizing to me than my mother. I'm not gonna lie. She was my very, very, very best friend for 5 years. She was my shenanigans friend, go hide a dead body friend, carry dead bodies all over the city friend, as a joke. I'm just joking, you guys. But she was that person, ride or die, just be carefree spirit, hilarious. I haven't had a dream about her since she passed away until about 2 nights ago. And I was like, you're right here. You've been here the whole time. It was the weirdest dream. It was like, we were just standing around and she was like, yeah, isn't it freaking awesome? Like, I told you it was awesome. And I'm in a different mindset. I welled up today because I heard that song Rise Up. And I love that song. I've never really heard it before. I don't listen to radio. And I'm like, that's what we need to do is rise up and unite all together. So, you're an end-of-life doula. I love you. I used to be an end-of-life healthcare aide. I've helped a few people pass, couple traumatic deaths. And I think that's where I've gotten to put everything into perspective. Everything is put into perspective. So I don't hold any fear of death. I don't hold any negative. I have very little negative vibrations. And the negative vibrations that I have, I'm like, why do I feel that way? Why am I still feeling that way? Probably because I wouldn't treat another human being that way. That's what I keep thinking. I'm like, what is wrong with people when they're like that? That's what I say all the time. I'm like, what's wrong with you? But when you realize what's wrong with them is their soul contract and it has nothing to do with you, you start to take less and less personally. So take ownership of your soul journey and your soul contract. This is the most important time to do it right now. So that's my message for today, my love and light beings. And we're all helping each other. You're helping me as much as I'm helping you. So I'm off to go have a little pet session with Mr. Chow. He's literally, I got to show you because it's so cute. Like, can you see him sitting there just like, excuse me, lady? Like those eyes. Why aren't you letting me in? It's like 70, 80-kilometer wind. I'm going to see if he wants to go back in the barn because I have to go into town for a little bit and get some more paint. But yes, I'll do a motorhome show later when I'm in I've gotten the whole first coat of primer down. I'm painting and taping like a crazy person. Actually, I took kind of a break yesterday. It's been raining. We've got lots of rain. I'm glad. I'm so glad. And had a nice little lightning storm and super happy about it. So, been having rain off and on. And a lot of rain in Calgary. I'm not in Calgary right now. So, who knows? Maybe there could be some flooding. That'd be interesting. Anyways, big shout out to all the military. I love you. Big shout out to all these people activating We the People for yourselves. I love you. I'm so grateful and I'm so honored to be a part of it. So thank you very much, Suzanne, for asking me to do the video. Thank you, Leanne, for passing along the message. And thank you, Sapphire and Godspeed, for all of your hard work. Sapphire especially, she's been keeping my Telegram going, and I literally have to dip out on that a lot because I'm like, I feel like I'm in last year's Matrix all over again, and I don't want to get caught in the gopher wheel of information. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not trying to predict any timelines or anything. You are a good person, commonsensical. Come on now. We all love you. Just because we have negative thoughts from time to time doesn't mean we're a bad person. Do you think my thoughts are pure? Sometimes I'm like, man, and then I'm like, oh, that's not very nice to say. I have to autocorrect. I don't wish people well, but I'm like, I'm name calling in my head. I try not to let it get out of my mouth too often. Like that person's such an idiot. That's not very good vibes. It's just like low vibes. So don't be mean about yourself. Tell yourself I love you in the morning. It helps. It really does. Change the vibration about who you and how you treat yourself every day, and it makes such a huge difference. So, okay, Mr. Chow, I'm coming. It's like this funny little, are you done yet? I can see you looking over me. Are you done yet talking to the salt and pepper shaker? Like, why is she talking to the salt shaker? Wonder what cats are thinking. Like, you're standing there at the bench talking to a salt and pepper shaker when I could be pet. That's why I'm going to keep popping my head up. So, yes, anyways, I love you all. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll be chatting soon. I love you guys.